So thank you, family friends, for joining me at Maria Loves to Talk. And you guys, I have a great video for you from like all parts of the world. And you know how I like to do it. I like to mix it up and put a lot of little variety, a little bit here, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. What will I be talking about? Missing person, missing rich person, missing hair heiress. Yes, more domestic couples getting into it, and some surprises here and there. So hey, if this is something you're interested in, you know the drill. Go get you some snacks, come on back. If it's not for you, I understand. There's a billion videos on YouTube. Go get them. So hey, let's go ahead without further ado, because there's so much to cover. Let's get into this video right now, you guys. And I hope you guys have been doing great. Everything's been working in your favor. This is January. We're still in New Year. So I hope everything that you've got your little wish list, your little vision board, and you're following it. You got your little calendar. You're marking your little plans, your little goals, and I'm just wishing you guys and gals the best for 2023, that this will be your year. Okay, so moving on with our first story. This one here is out this is in London. It's really a crazy, strange story too. Aristocrat, not Aristocrat, the little Disney movie. Aristocrat issues heartfelt plea to missing daughter, 35, who has vanished with her sex offender boyfriend and their newborn baby, to turn herself in as they use huge sum of cash from her multi-million pound trust fund to evade police. So technically, I mean, let's keep it real, because that's what we do here. You know, no filters, no sugarcoating anything, because we're all grown people. Really nothing he can do. I don't know if he's able to cut the money off or wherever she's getting the money, but hey, she's 35. She's not a kid. She's not a baby. He didn't put a you know what to her head. She went with him willingly. Again, like I said in previous videos, I don't know, or if some of women or some of us, not all of us, but some of y'all, we are so dignified. Did I say it right? Dignified, like the great Jill Scott said in her song. We are. And it could be rich, poor, young, old, black, white, blue, green, Indian, Asian. When some women get a man, or a certain type of man, they go buck wild crazy. You know, like that little Aretha Franklin song go. I can't sing, I can't think of it, but I'll put it up. Your mama can't tell you nothing about that man. Your daddy can't tell you nothing. Your friends tell you something. When you tell your friend, hey, this dude is not right for you, something about him, or he made a pass at me, or I saw him in a nightclub the night before with another girl, guess what they do? They cut you off. They don't want to be bothered with you.
My name is Napier Martin. I am grateful for this opportunity to appeal directly to my daughter Constance, following the public revelations concerning her partner, Mark Gordon, and having lived with the family in great concern, knowing of his past record for some time. Darling Constance, even though we remain estranged at the moment, I stand by, as I have always done, and as the family has always done, to do whatever is necessary for your safe return to us. I beseech you to find a way to turn yourself and your wee one into the police as soon as possible, so you and he or she can be protected. Only then can a process of healing and recovery begin, however long it may take, however difficult it may be. I would like you to understand that the family will do all that is needed for your well-being. And I also wish you to understand you are much, much loved, whatever the circumstances. We are deeply concerned for your and your baby's welfare. The past 8 years have been beyond painful for all the family as well as your friends, as they must have been for you. And to see you so vulnerable again is testing in the extreme. I would like to extend my gratitude to the police for all their endeavours in bringing this tragic episode to a swift and safe conclusion, and appeal to you, please, Constance, find the courage to present yourself to the police.
I've known people to even have men or even sometimes a spouse who has been accused of being a molester or something, and they still stay by his side. So they don't know how they met. They saying here that he's a laborer. Golly, wow. 2016, keep telling this guy's conviction. Gordon conviction relates to a Florida attack on a woman in her early 20s when he was 14. Miss Marten is the granddaughter of Mary Anna Marten, whose godmother was the late Queen Mother. Okay, the family used to own the Gritchell Estate in Dorset. Privately educated, the 35-year-old hails from an aristocratic family with links to the royals. What I see, and I don't want to compare them to Meghan, Duchess Meghan and Prince Harry, but we already know from when, and I haven't, you know what, I haven't been watching or following all the little stuff from his book Spare, and I did see the interview they gave to Oprah, but that's what this looks like. This looks like the parents, the family just mad that, hey, she is with this dude who is beneath her, and he's a black dude, and he committed a crime. And when they say attack, he was 14. I mean, what was, I need to know more. Because we know, and I know we had a family friend or a friend of a friend whose son, I think he was like 18, dating a girl, I think she was 16 or 15, and he was charged with statutory rape. You got people, and he's listed as offender, you got men 40 and 30 years old with 15-year-old girls, 16-year-old girls, they got pregnant, and ain't nobody put statutory rape on them. Okay, I'm not condoning it, but I'm just saying, and with this, how we know that this guy didn't pretend to be older than 14, or the woman knew, or there was something going on, or she got tired of him and just reported him to the law and say, hey, he attacked me. They don't want this chick, the aristocrat lady, with this dude. I don't know because he's black. I don't know it's because he's a he's a sex offender. But that's what it looks like to me, because you're not saying what happened. Does he beat her? Is she on drugs? Does she have a mental problem? Does she need her medicine? All these people doing, basically, they're just trying to live a private life. Everybody's not out there partying, going to the top parties, going to the concerts, having house parties. They would have to give me more information because she technically isn't missing. If they seen her on CCTV, you're not seeing him pulling her by the hair, you're not seeing him choking her. Maybe and you have people who are going, as I say, off the grid. They want to change their life from the life they had for whatever reason. I wouldn't, not if I had. I'm gonna have to look that up to see what is 100 million in UK euro compared to USA money. But I know it's a lot, and I would not be living like this, not if I had a new baby. I want my baby decked out, dressed in the best things, and have my little Mercedes, a BMW, or a driver. So I wouldn't classify them as a traditional missing person. Okay, so when I first saw it, that's what I was thinking, missing person. And I see this is not what I would, for me, a classic missing person. Moving on, Pablo Patino Bustos. Okay, Pablo Patino Bustos arrest. This story reminds me of the Christian King story I did in my earlier video. The dude from Texas that left Texas with an ankle monitor and went try to burn up his ex-baby mama, ex-wife house in Baton Rouge. So this old boy here, this old dude, this little loser, crazy guy, he's, again, not a bad looking guy. Like I said, these guys be nice looking. Same thing with the previous one, the Gordon dude, where the woman is running from her rich parents. Man who set fire to home, hit wife with vehicle, has bond set at $4.5 million. That's big. I guess he got the wrong judge, right? He didn't get Josh Hill that gave the dude Aubrey the dollar bond. Okay, so this one here is Spring.
Police say started a fiery standoff in Spring. You watched right here on ABC 13 as it played out on live TV.
Yeah, just stunning images. Pablo Patino allegedly set his own house on fire, and his dramatic exit was captured by our cameras. And now neighbors are coming together to try to return to a sense of normalcy after feeling like their entire cul-de-sac, their whole street, was in danger. ABC 13 reporter Maya Shea was at the scene as all of this was unfolding. Maya?
Yeah, what a difference really 24 hours makes. Kids were going to and from school. They're playing in their yards again today. When yesterday we talked to several neighbors who had to climb over their back fences just to get out of this area. Tonight, we know the suspect remains in custody. We are waiting to see if any additional charges will be filed, but we have obtained some new and enlightening video.
Pablo, think about your mother. Think about your father.
You can hear law enforcement trying to coax out Pablo Patino in a new video obtained by ABC 13. This went on for hours on Thursday as Patino remained inside his home long after flames were burning it to the ground. When he finally decided to take that lifeline offered by the Harris County Sheriff's Department, it came as a shock and relief to neighbors holed up inside their homes.
And I'm glad no one was hurt. I'm glad that Pablo decided to come out the house because I was really worried. I thought he was dead.
Patino escaped serious injury, but he could be facing additional charges. Currently, he's already accused of assaulting his estranged wife the day after Christmas and then allegedly trying to burn down his in-laws' house a few days later. Today, Patino's wife and relatives spent several hours gathering what's left inside the burned home. On their way out, they declined to talk to waiting media.
I don't know. We're not really allowed to talk.
Neighbors like Rosa Palacio were just grateful to see the cul-de-sac slowly returning to normal.
This was scary.
Yeah, very scary. Yeah.
Her son had to climb the back fence yesterday just to get out of the neighborhood.
You had to climb the backyard
Yeah.
to get out.
To get out.
So scary.
And my daughter too.
A day after watching their neighbor climb out of his burning home.
They're quiet. You know, I never seen anything suspicious going on with them or anything.
Getting a chance to clean up and find some normalcy is a blessing for the residents in Spring. Maya Shea.
Several felony charges, including arson. This guy has really thrown it all away. I think they said, if I'm not mistaken, he's a computer software engineer.
Appeared in court. Now, we've been following the story since Tuesday morning when authorities say that Pablo Patino set 6 fires at a house in northwest Harris County.
Yeah, that's right. 2 days later, then authorities say that he set his own home on fire during a standoff with police. ABC 13's Courtney Carpenter is live for us downtown Houston. Courtney, what did we learn overnight in court?
Now, good morning, Courtney and Jeff. Pablo Patino is here in the Harris County Jail this morning. His bond was set this morning $1 million for each felony charge, $500,000 for another one, a $4.5 million bond was set for him this morning here in probable cause court. Now, his defense argued for some PR bond, saying prior to all this, he had no criminal history, was working as a software engineer consultant before he was let go in light of these events. However, the judge set his bond at $1 million for both cases of arson, aggravated assault, and violation of protective order, and $500,000 for the terroristic threat charge.
4 remaining felony cases are eligible for personal bonds. As I indicated, Mr. Patino was on bond for a misdemeanor assault family violence case, and then was in bond forfeiture status this week for failing to appear in court on January 3rd, 2023. Otherwise, he has no criminal history.
Now, these charges are relating to all that's happened since he's accused of assaulting his estranged wife on Christmas. Now, on Tuesday of this week, the same day he was expected in court on the assault charge, he's accused of trying to burn down his in-laws' house where his wife and her 11-year-old daughter had been staying. Then on Thursday, deputies were helping Patino's estranged wife gather her belongings from their home in Spring when they say they found Patino in a room with a gun and chaos erupted. It ended up being an hours-long standoff where he's accused of setting his own house on fire, eventually giving it up and climbing out of the burning home. Certainly a series of events.